actually we haven't added the comments class to anywhere. So here, since this is what will contain all the comments, let's add in a class here called comments. So let's say class, comments. Okay, so we are selecting this top level here, and inside of that we're gonna have to search for comment form. Okay, so this dot element dot find, okay, comment form. So instead of selecting comment form like this, we want to isolate it and find it like this. So let's do the same here. This dot element dot find, and then we're gonna find comment titles. Let's do it one more time. This dot element dot find. Okay, so we're gonna remove these here and just put a semicolon, okay, not a comma. So let's change this as well to this. So basically the reason why we're doing this is that if we come in this setup events here, we can access these variables without having to pass them as parameters to this function. So we can do this dot comment form, and it will be accessible in any other function which is a prototype of this main PHP comment function here. Okay, so now that we have set up the variables, the next thing that we need to do is set up the events. Okay, so let's come here. So let's create a variable called PHP comment, and we set it to this. Okay, so basically this refers to this PHP comment function here, and the reason we're caching it is so that anytime that we access, let's say inside some other functions, and for example let's say my function, when you do this here, that this inside of this function will not refer to this PHP comment function here. That's why we're caching it, so that we can have access to that. So in here, if we want to refer to this PHP comment function, we're gonna have to do something like PHP comment dot something. Okay, so I'll just quickly remove that, and I'll remove this function here as well. So caching the main PHP function, let's also create another variable called new media. Basically new media will be just this new media here. Okay, but we haven't set it yet, and so let's set up the Ajax request for when the form is submitted. Okay, so we want to say PHP comment dot comment form, and if you notice, the comment form is that element, which is the comment form here. So we want to set up the events like we're doing here. So basically we're saying comment form dot on submit, but in this case comment form lives inside of this this here, just this. Okay, so dot on, and it's exactly the same, submit, and then we pass in a function here. Okay, so inside of the submitting the comment form, we can do all these things like we're doing here. So actually let's write it one by one. Let's not copy and paste, so that we can avoid mistakes. Okay, the first thing we need to do is, let's say var parent id equals to 0, like we're doing down here, and then next let's get a title. Let's say title equal to PHP comment dot title field dot var. Okay, so instead of just saying title equals to title field dot val, we're gonna say PHP comment dot title field. So you see, this is where the PHP comment caching that we're doing on the top here comes into play. If we hadn't done that and we just say this dot title field like this, that will not work, because this in this case refers to this anonymous function here. Okay, so now that that's clear, let's move on to getting the body. So let's say body equal to PHP comment dot body field dot val. Okay, so we're getting the value for the body field. Next, what we want to do is, let's do this if check here that we're doing at the bottom here. So if the comment form basically is if it's nested inside of another comment, then we set a parent id to that comment that is nested in. So instead of just saying comment form, let's say PHP comment dot comment form dot parents, and then if that's the case that it's nested inside another comment, we're just gonna have to do PHP comment dot comment form dot closest media and get a data id attribute. Okay, Next, let's set up the actual Ajax that's being sent. So $.Ajax, then let's set up the event. So URL will be, let's quickly copy this here. We need to copy some things. So comment form.attribute action. So instead of saying comment form, let's say PHP comment dot comment form dot attribute action. And the next thing we need to set is method, and it's post. And the next thing that we need to set is a success callback. Okay, this will need a bit of refactoring, but we'll come to that in a moment. So success function, and then let's pass in data here.